Filters, text processor commands. In this lesson, we will learn all the commands, fun commands, I would say, that are used mostly in Linux. These commands are very powerful command and it gives a huge advantage of Linux over other operating system. Some of those commands are cut, awk, grep, sort, unique, and word count. Here are the 6 basic and very powerful commands that we will learn. I will log into the Linux machine now. Now this time I will log into the Linux machine through PuTTY client. When you open up your PuTTY client, you put in your username and IP address of the machine that you're trying to connect to, and you'll put in it will ask you for the password and you'll log in. Now let's see who we are, where we are, what's inside of our directory. I want to change my directory to the directory called Seinfeld. In this directory, I created a file, Seinfeld characters. This is the file I created earlier, just for the purpose of this lesson. To view this file, you have to use the command cat, and I'm sure you remember this because we covered that in a few lessons back. So when you do cat Seinfeld, you're going to see the contents of this file, Seinfeld-characters. Now here's the list of all the mostly characters that were inside in the Seinfeld show. I don't want you to focus on the characters itself in Seinfeld. I just want you to focus on the text that it is inside of the file called Seinfeld-characters. To show you how the cut command works, let's first do cat Seinfeld, which we did. And what if we wanted to get the first letter from each line? To get that output, we have to use the cut command. So you would run command cut -c, and you want the first letter, so you put 1, followed by which file that you want to cut it from the file Seinfeld-characters. You hit enter, you'll see it gives you the output with only the first letter. What if you wanted to get the first 2 letters? Are you going to use C instead of C1 to C2? No, because if you type C2, it will give you the second character from your output. What if you wanted to get the first 2 characters? Then you would have to specify the range 1 through 2. Then it will give you the first 2 characters from the output. Now this is the primarily used for the cut command if you want to cut the text, and it's not really the cut and paste as you could think of, like in Windows you cut a file and paste a file. It's not even a cut. When you are in Windows, you are cutting a few lines or a few words and pasting it somewhere. It's not that. It's only to cut the characters out of it, and then of course you can move it to a different file, like by outputting it to first 2 characters. Just put C. So when you notice and you do ls-ltr, you'll see when you do cat, it created the file with first 2 characters in the file because you used the cut. Now let's move on to the command awk. Again, let's do cat Seinfeld. Awk separates each column in a file. So in my file, Seinfeld dash characters, you notice we have two columns. One is the first name, second is the last name. What if I just wanted the first column or the first name? I will run a command awk, single quote, curly braces, print $1, curly braces close, single quote close, and the name of the file. This is going to give me the first column of the file. You could also run the same command by typing cat Seinfeld, and then you use pipe and do awk print $1 and close. This gives you the exact same thing. And basically pipe actually takes the output of this file, puts it in a pipe, and it shows whatever the way you want to show. What if you wanted to view the second column, which is the last name? You put simply 2. And there you go, you have a last name there. What if you wanted to see the third column? Nothing. Why? Of course, there is no third column. Okay, let's move on to the third command, which is a grep. Grep is actually like a search, as if you are in Windows, you're searching it. When you do Control F, you're searching it. That's exactly what grep does. So if I wanted to grep the name Seinfeld inside the file Seinfeld characters, I didn't get anything. Why? Let's look why I didn't get anything. Because the Seinfeld last name has uppercase S in it. So that's why we didn't get anything. So let's put uppercase. And there you go. You will see it's only grepping the Seinfeld. What if I wanted to grep only Costanza? And it only gives you the list of all the lines that matches Costanza. Let's see if I wanted to do Kramer. Again, we didn't get anything because Kramer has a K uppercase. And there you go. We got 2 lines that matches our criteria. So that's how grep works. Grep is very powerful. You could combine many different output to a grep. There is also egrep. So I want you to actually learn more about grep by typing man and grep and try different options. Also, you could use feel free to use Google and see what are the examples you could find on the grep. The next command that we'll learn is the sort command. As it sounds, or as it's named, sort sorts the file. If you do cat Seinfeld, you'll see it's not sorted in alphabetical order, meaning like Jerry, J starts with J, whereas A right here, Elton, should be on top. So how do we sort it? You could simply type sort and Seinfeld, and then you'll see it is sorting with alphabetical order. So that's what pretty much sort command is used for. You could also use sort in reverse order if you want the U or Z at the bottom. Let's say right now when you ran sort Seinfeld character, you see right here Uncle Leo is at the bottom because it starts with U. What if you wanted to have in reverse order? So you just simply put in the option -R and you will see Uncle Leo now it's on the top. Now let's look at this next command, which is unique. Unique removes all the duplicates from a file. So let's do cat Seinfeld. And you notice this unique it's not going to work because every line is different from the other line. So what we could do is we could get only the second column. So this way, the second column is going to list only the last name. So if you see on the last names, now we have Seinfeld, 2 duplicates, actually 3 duplicates, and 3 Costanza, and so on. We just wanted to have one family member out of every family. So this way, we could use a unique. So you hit up arrow key again, and you type sort here, because remember, always use sort before unique. I will tell you why in a little bit. So you do sort. It will sort out from alphabetical order, and then you type unique. And there you go, you'll see everything, all the duplicates are removed. Now, what if you had not used sort and just use unique? You'll notice that it has Seinfeld here and Seinfeld here too. It gave you the two Seinfeld. Why? Because it has to be sorted first before the unique to work. So that's why we used sort and unique. Let's clear the screen out. Next command that we're going to learn is word count. Word count counts the word inside of your file. So you could simply run WC, the name of your file, and you'll see it tells you it has 17 lines, 34 words, and 236 letters or characters inside of the file called Seinfeld-characters. This command is very powerful and very useful when we want to count the number of lines in real enterprise environment. Sometimes we have millions of lines in a file, so it's good to use this command. We could also do cat Seinfeld and WC if you only wanted to know the number of lines in a file. So you just do pipe it and WC minus L, which is for lines, and it'll tell you 17, same as we had it before. So this is what the WC is used for, and these are all the commands used for. I wanted to compare real quick all these commands to our Windows environment. So in Windows, I have this file that I put it all, copied everything, all the contents of the file here, and I wanted to use the cut, meaning what if I wanted to get only the first letter from this file? Is it possible? I don't think so it's possible, or if it is, then you might have to do a lot of different things to get it to work. Next one, you want to only get the second column or the first column from this text file in Windows. It's going to be so hard. You probably have to do text to columns, or I don't know if that works in Word. Next one is grep. Grep one works most of the time, and it's by the Control F or through the search command, but it will give you the grep one at a time. It's not gonna take out the output and put it in a different file. Where in Linux you could do that. Sort, you could get that sort done in Windows. Unique, I think you could also get the unique done, but I really don't know how that works. And the last one is word count. Very hard to do the word count in Windows. So there are so many different filters, these commands that you could use in Linux, and these are so powerful over Windows environment. So that's what about it. Please, I highly recommend you to please do man command on every command that we learned in this lesson, and use different options just for practice. So this way you know some of the options that are used with these commands.